right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining Speedy Success Studio one more time. My name is Femi Richworld, Aiyeolowo, and our topic today is presentation of IAS 7 Statement of Cash Flows. Statement of Cash Flows. We want to look at how to present statement of cash flows using the two methods or the two formats. And the format one is called indirect method, and the second format is direct method. Now, the statement of cash flow, before I show the complete format, is a statement that is required by IAS 1, that is International Accounting Standard 1, known as presentation of financial statements. This statement required that a statement showing the liquidity of a company must be included in the statement prepared as annual report of the companies of a company. For example, those of us who probably have listened to IAS 1, how to prepare financial statement, you will have found that we have some statement, majorly three statements: statement of financial position, statement of profit and loss and other comprehensive income, and statement of changes in equity. Today we want to add this statement, which is the last one, and it's a statement showing liquidity. Now, candidates should take note that the indirect method is the most common method used globally. Are we together? All right, let's look at the format. I'll start using direct method. This is Speedy Success Consulting Limited, and you have it. The first format is you write the name of the company, statement of cash flow for the year ended at 1st December, January 2021. I use that year. Using indirect method, I made 3 columns. It's not necessary, you can do 2 columns. The last column is the closing column. We have cash flow from operating activities. There are 3 sections. So the first section, the most important, is cash flows from operating activities. The first item you are going to bring is profit before taxation. Profit before taxation. And then the second item is adjustments for the following items, the items that are not cash flowing. For example, depreciation. Depreciation is not a cash flow item. Foreign exchange loss. Foreign exchange loss, where you make foreign exchange rate loss. Foreign exchange rate loss is not a cash flow item, it's an adjustment. Investment income. Investment income is actually an income, but wrongly classified in this place. That is, it's not supposed to be where it is in your statement of profit or loss. What do I mean? Investment income is classified as other income after your gross profit. Now, this item is actually an investing item. It's not a principal item. It's not an operating item of your company. Therefore, we will need to remove it from this section and take it to investing activity. Interest expense. There's a lot of argument on this, but what I'm concerned about is that interest expense is not interest paid. And if that is the case, you will need to add it back to go and work on what exact amount is interest paid. Whether we're going to include it in this group or in financial activity depend on the theory or the philosophy of what was the interest about. Are we together? Yeah. Now we'll move ahead. We'll move to the next section there. We have changes in working capital, which include increase or decrease in trade receivables and other receivables. If the receivable increases, automatically there's an outflow of funds. Decrease in inventory. If inventory decreases, there's an inflow, but if it increases, it is an outflow. Now listen very well. What I tell my candidate is, anytime you come to the working capital sheet, what we need to do is to take note of two things. Where there is current asset increase, it's an outflow. And where there is a current asset decrease, is an inflow. But if there is an increase in current liability, it is an inflow. A decrease in current liability is an outflow. That which you have understood, we can now total up, and we have what we call cash generated from operations. We are not done with the operating activity. Let's move up. Camera, move up. Good. Now, we are now to continue from the operating activities. We had the last figure is cash generated from operating activities. Take away interest, which is going to be working. Interest paid. Sometimes the examiner can tell you this is the amount paid, or your ledgers can show. Where it is not shown, find it out in your working sheet. Take away income tax paid. What you will have is net cash generated from operating activities. Net cash generated from operating activities. And we see that's A in our closings. So let us talk about a little about this, because when we're bringing a practice question, we'll be able to look at this in the part 2. Cash generated from operating activities is the major cash that is necessary to determine how performing the operation of the company is. And so if the company is not performing, it will definitely show in this place. Let's go to investing activity. Investing activities relates to all activities that are purchasing of asset, like as in long-term asset or non-current asset to run the business. For example, purchase of property, plant and equipment, we call it PPE. Purchases of property, plant and equipment is an outflow. When you dispose or sell an equipment or PPE, it is an inflow. The proceed is an inflow. Interest received from a loan or deposit that you have is an inflow, and it's an investment inflow. Dividend received from shares and equities you bought for other companies is known as an inflow of investment or return on investment. Total of this item, you have net cash used or net cash flow from investing activity. Note this. When the total you have from your investment is a negative, it is a net cash used and not cash flow. I'm saying this again. Net cash used in investment and not cash flows. Please take note of that. We'll move ahead, and it's our classification B, our closing B. Now let's go to look at the last group, cash flow from investing activity. I'm taking my time to do this so as to ensure that every one of us understand the format. There you can solve questions after this on your own. You can practice as many questions on this or use it to do your office presentation. Cash flow from financing activity is proceed from issues of shares, share capital, including the premium you receive, all of them. The next is proceed from long-term borrowing. Then what should be going out, dividend paid. In some argument, interest paid can also go out. Loan return, loan paid can also go out. Long-term loan that is paid can also be an outflow. And totaling up, we have net cash flow from financing activity, which is C. Now, total of A, B, and C. A, okay, that's A. And then we have B, and we have C. It will give you what we call net increase in cash and cash equivalents for the year. Are we together? Take it up. Opening balance of cash at the beginning of the year in the period before statement of financial position will be added up, and that will give you a closing balance, which is cash and cash equivalent at the end of the period. And that's what you will find in your statement of financial position. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to quickly show you only the direct method, the operating activity side, and we will close the class. Thank you. Now, all right, we are back to the class. Now, statement of cash flows for the period using direct method will go this way. We have cash receipt from customer, that is showing the operating activities only. The reason is that the difference between the indirect method and direct method is the operating activities only. The format for operating activity under the direct methods is what we are saying. Cash receipt from customers, a flow, take away cash paid to suppliers and employee and admin expenses, as you may know, and then you have cash generated from operations. Add interest paid, as in take away interest paid and income tax paid, you have net cash flow from operating activities. Ladies and gentlemen, when we come to the next class, I will be presenting us with a practice question which we can apply. Thank you very much. I will solve the question. Please take this format and practice with it. My name is Femi, Richworld, Aiyeolowo. Please subscribe to our videos, subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like our videos and make your comments where necessary. We will follow you up in 24 hours. Thank you very much. God bless you.